Look who joins me. Hey. How are we doing, everybody? It is Larry here for Fitness and Food and the Lifestyle Dynamic Nutrition Program. This is Carl. Say hi, Carl. Well, I call him that. He's my 5-foot-tall articulated skeleton. And as you can see, sitting next to me, he's shorter. So, yeah, he's actually sitting. Today, I want to quickly talk about bones. The human skeleton. I'm not going to get fully into it because there's a lot about the human skeleton. So I'm just going to touch on the basics and the more common things. Number one, there's 206 bones in a human body. Preferably. If there's more, interesting. If there's less, okay. I've never heard of less, but what does it do? Okay. Basically, you know, it's hard, and then it provides structure. Okay. Our skeletal system, you know, when we stand up nice and straight, we have our shoulders, and you know, you have your shoulders, your chest, your leg bones, your arm bones, and even your click, your fingers. Okay? That all provides structure for our body, for all this other stuff to kind of sit around and hang out. Now, it also adds us a layer of protection, like the rib cage right here. You know, all the major organs that we'd like to keep intact kind of hang out underneath here, our heart and our lungs. Alrighty, that's the predominantly underneath here. We have our sternum, our clavicles here, you know, that jaw that doesn't really do anything, and then skull protects all the goodness inside the brain. Alright, actually protects the brain. And then we have our spinal cord, where we have all of our nerve endings going through, and if that breaks, we are in trouble. Alright, now there's roughly about 80, not roughly, this is 80 bones from the head rib cage area. It's what we call the, hold on, I'm losing my things. My axial skeleton, that's this stuff right in the middle. Then the appendicular skeletal system, which is, the skeletal structure, which is the arms, the legs, the shoulders, and all that stuff. There's a lot more. There's 126 bones. So there's your 206. All right. Now the skull has a whole bunch. You have your vertebra here, which go all the way down your spine, your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine. Your rib cage is a bunch of pairs of ribs in there. Now here's the most common things people know, okay? This part of your arm right here, from your shoulder to your elbow, okay? This is called your humerus, okay? Humerus, but it's not, you know, H-U-M-O-R, M-O-U-R, I don't even know how to spell. It's spelled differently, H-U-M-E-R-U-S. And that's why this, is called the funny bone. If we hit it, this whole thing goes numb, and for some reason we start laughing, but it's the humerus. Funny bone. Ha. These two arms here, okay? This is your thumb, okay? Index, middle finger. Ring finger, pinky. Alright? These two bones right here, this is your radius, this is your ulna. Easiest way to know which one's which, find the pinky. Pinky, ulna, P-U. Taught that to a bunch of 5th graders in a school once. They were hysterical for minutes. P-U, pinky, ulna. There's also a nerve that runs right down here called the ulnar nerve, which, like, if you ever hit the inside of your elbow, not the funny bone, but it's, excuse me, Carl, hold my arm for a second. Like right in here, like not the back over here, but like closer on the meaty side of the forearm, that's your ulnar nerve. Goes right up in there. Anyway, so that's that. Now, an important thing to understand when you are exercising. Your muscle. Okay, your muscle attaches to the skeleton. Alrighty? let's take the humerus here. Okay, we have the muscle here, the biceps. Okay, two head of the biceps. Come right over here. Now, what people think is that, okay, if this is my elbow joint, that means my muscle's here and my muscle's here. Wrong. The bicep goes all the way into the shoulder. Okay, it attaches up top of the shoulder, and then comes all the way down and actually crosses the elbow joint and attaches to the other side of the lower arm. So we're actually in between the joints. Why? Because that enables us to actually move. If this stopped at the elbow, what is it pulling on? There's no levers here, there's nothing to pull. This would never be able to contract if it was just attached at these 2 points of the humerus here. So it has to attach to the shoulder, and it has to attach below the elbow so it could actually move the elbow. Understand? If you don't, that's okay. You're learning something new every day. Now, we know it attaches here. We know it attaches here. This is what bothers me with some exercise people. Yeah, we talked about this already. We're going to lengthen your muscles. We're going to tone them and we're going to lengthen your muscles. How? You have two connected points. We have one here and one right over there. Two connected points, two solid connected points. They don't shift, they don't move. How are you going to lengthen a muscle? If I fully extend that arm, that muscle attachment's here, that muscle attachment's here. How does it change its length? My bones aren't going to lengthen because that is the only possible way that muscle will ever lengthen. So there's a lot of people out there who are really just giving out false information. So please be careful with who you listen to. Anyway, your wrist, obviously there's a lot more intricate details to a wrist. This is just an articulated skeleton that I use for demonstration purposes only. If this was a good skeleton, and if I would have paid a lot of money for him, his whole head would spin because your neck spins, and his head would move, but it doesn't. Not going to get into his hips because that's private and he's shy. But we have the femur, the lower leg, tibia and fibula, both sides. You have your hip joints, your sacrum, and your pelvic bones. 206 bones in the human body, and they all serve a purpose, whether it's protection, movement, or guidance. Some slide over others just to prevent slippage. Others, stop movement. So everything has a purpose. So don't think for a second you don't have a purpose. We all do. So 206 bones in the body, 100 from the head to the ribs, 80. Can't even get my math right. 80 from the skull. There's a lot of bones in the skull, by the way. They're all fused together. At least we're hoping they are. And then 126 for the arms, because if you, like I said, one here, 2 in the forearm, and then a bunch of little bones in the wrist and the hand. These are considered all individual bones, by the way. The joints here, they're all individual bones, so that adds up after a while. You got 2 hands, and your feet basically mirror images of that. So obviously not exactly, but that's what we're designed for. And there you go. So that's Carl. Carl's going to be hanging out with us for a little while. Alrighty? If you guys have any questions, comments, please send them in down below. You find something I said incorrect, please, by all means, let's have a discussion. I'm always up for learning, and I do it every day. So thanks again for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'd love to keep bringing you guys information, so let's hang around. Let's do this. All right, let's start a conversation. Love you guys.